Hello everyone and welcome back to another Genesis Points update, a unexpected one. I honestly didn't think we'd get another one until the Magnificent Monsters set came out. But here we are. Wish list includes, obviously they're probably going to hit Blitzclick. It was the only deck showing really at the end of the Genesis Championship. They're probably gonna hit a couple other decks a little bit. Hopefully they hit the Mulcharmies up a bit to like 15, maybe a little less than that. And hopefully they unhit a bunch of stuff, but let's get started. So, beginning this season, Genesis is expanding to regional qualifiers as well. Yeah, we've got, I live in Vegas. We've got one here next weekend that I'm planning to go to. You'll need an invite to compete in not next year's Genesis Championship, so check out the locations on the website here. The point changes take effect on Monday and are based on the results from the Genesis Championships. Between North America and Europe, there was no severe play rate outliers among individual strategies. The only one used by more than 10% of players was Blitzclick at 13%. Fairy Tale was close. Furthermore, no individual card was used by 50% or more. DD Crow did sneak into just over 50% in North America, was pulled back to the other side by Europe. That's interesting. If people were expecting Blitzclick to be the best deck, then why were we playing DD Crow? I guess it's good against Fairy Tale. It's good against the Sacred Beast deck, so I guess. The overall most popular strategy globally was Blitzclick, which swept. The second was Melfi. Really, I wasn't thinking people were on Melfi. I didn't really see many of them. In North America, it was summoning Regulus. What does that mean? Doomsy. I guess that's how they're putting Doomsy. Fairy Tale comes out as the second overall most popular strategy. Melfi ended up with no tops anywhere but one of the Regulus deck. Teaming it with Doomsy made it to top it. Why would they say it like that? Whatever. Top 8 in Europe. Fairy Tale made top 32 on every continent and was the winner of South America. The Central American Genesis Championship was won by Teller Knights using Rongo. Having finally won a championship, let's hit Rongo. Okay, Rongo should have been 100 at the start, but at least we got there. At least we got there. A big question was which obstructive Thunder monster ends up being the monster of choice for Blitzclick. The actual data shows Thunderclap Monk to be the heavy favorite with a small side of Lightning Rod Lord. I haven't seen that one at all, but everyone is on Thunderclap Monk. Most of the people at my store are playing 3. The question is, do you play 1 or 3? A question that the winner answered with 3. So here are the Blitzclick point changes. This is the only thing I really expected and knew was coming. Whisker to 6, Breakaway to 2, Thunderclap to 9, Lightning Rod Lord to 1. Um, okay, that's not that bad, but it does, especially if they hit non-engine, it boxes out quite as much non-engine that they've been playing. Whisker, you 6 is meaningful because you really need to play 3 of almost every name in this deck. Whisker is the most important thing to see. So having to dedicate 18 points to that is a significant hit. The breakaway costing you another 6, that's 24 more points on top of what we were at. And then, maybe you don't end up playing the monk, maybe you play 1 monk, what have you. But this is a respectable hit to Blitz, and maybe without as much non-engine available to them now, it's more in line. For Fairy Tale, Snow's points are being redistributed among other key cards so that you can hopefully actually play Snow. That'd be cool. Genia and Regulus the Endymion one are also being monitored, but they have not been hit yet. That's because Endymion Regulus is not particularly useful without Vermaid, and we don't have her until I think it's in Monsters. Vermaid is coming out. Let's see, Snow to 10, so you can actually play her. Okay, that's cool. I like that, actually. So that means that you can't get away with a Fairy Tale strategy with a million points that just doesn't play the Snow. But now you can play a full Fairy Tale package with Snow if you're willing to spend points on it. That's pretty cool. I like that. Doomsday is the most popular of the Regulus decks, but not the only one. The general ability to make rank 4s and skirt the cost, but... What? Oh, okay, so we're just hitting Regulus himself to 33. Sure. That's fine. Teller Knights had a good couple of months and were still very impactful after their initial points. Yeah, they show up every week still. Um, that's fine. Vamana's a good hit because in a format where they've hit almost every early monster negate that you can use to protect yourself from Nib, Vamana's an outlier there. So that's a good thing. Everything else is fine. It's just kind of chipping away at their space for non-engine, which is okay. The hype for Melfi was quite strong and it saw a lot of play, but not a lot of success. They're gonna point Melfi? Oh, okay. Well, this is staring contest? Why they had staring contest? Full disclosure, this is the deck I plan to take to the regional, is Melfi. Um, I mean, I'll pay 10 points for 2 God Mommies and 3 Footsteps. I sure will make it work. I wasn't even playing Staring Contest. I don't know anyone that was. Kind of strange. Popularity of Sacred Beast was one of the biggest surprises. There were a lot of players on the floor looking for super rare or Starlight rares, delivering strong finishes. Card of the Soul has been waiting for a good deck. Yeah, Card of the Soul kind of was, and it's finally found one. Let's see. So, Calamity of the Sacred Beast, they're just hitting everybody a little bit. Nerva, they group Nerva. Oh no, Gustav Max to 10. Yeah, Trains probably needed something of a hit. I like this less because I'm not sure this is enough to really hurt Sacred Beast, and I considered them like the second or third best deck in the format. So I'm not sure that this is good enough. They might just take the top spot now. Crystron is currently the synchro deck combo of choice. I haven't even really seen much of Crystron, but I guess I'm not surprised. So they're hitting Crystron just a little bit. Oh my god, why did we hit Elf Note more? Elf Note on its own was already like 100 points, and now it's even more, so the deck's just unplayable. Not a big fan of that, but okay. Clown Crews, yeah, Clown Crew has been pretty good, so they're hitting Flare just to reduce their number of points available for non-engine. Increases and decreases on general use cards. Crow is the most played card in the entire format. Yep, Hair Bear Scare is over 40% use rate. I'm surprised it's that low. Hair Bear Scare is a card that is completely garbage if everyone's playing it, and pretty busted if no one's playing it. So once it gets points, I expect it to be a much more interesting pick rather than just playing one to play the minigame. This particular yeah, that they actually say that here. That's something I thought about before. This particularly card is a fascinating case because the more people play it, the worse it gets. So as a 0-point card that anyone can use, it's at its lowest effectiveness. Were it to gain points, it likely becomes it becomes more likely to resolve the destruction effect, since players will start cutting it to save points. Oh, they're not going to point it. Okay, they're just going to keep an eye on it. Sure. Proto 2 is perfectly fine. Tellarknights and Blitzclick spike the use of 7th Tachyon, so we're actually pointing 7. Oh, okay, that's a bigger hit to Blitzclick, for sure. Hero Lives as well, Royal Archfiend. I don't know that we needed to hit Archfiends, because that's... People were just playing Archfiend in Regenesis, and Regenesis is already pointed to hell, so I don't know that we needed to do that. Let's see. Oh, they're modifying generic type searchers. Finally. Good God. Extra deck monsters. Bonfire to 15 is good. Chaos Space. Eat Heli to 25, my baby. Tanky to 11. Lone Fire to 10. 1 for 1 to 19. Oh my. OSS to 17. Ooh, I know someone who's going to be real excited about that. These are much more affordable. Oh my god. I've since the inception of the format, I've been wondering why these were so high because no one is playing any of them. This is much better. I still don't think they're perfect, but like Deep Sea Aria, why is Deep Sea Aria any points? It's a garbage card. E-Telly should maybe be 20. It definitely needs to be more than the other ones, but probably not by a whole lot. But generally, this is exactly the direction I wanted to see this stuff go. This is perfect. Terraforming to 20 is a good one, too. Next decks are reductions and rearrangements for low pop decks and decks whose cards are being used by non-themed decks. For example, Shadow players have solemnly sworn to us that they are never willing to fusion summon Winda ever again in return for getting points back on their other cards. Yes, I do solemnly swear I will never summon Winda, Konami. Please, for the love of God, reduce the points on everything. Phantom Knight's down. Cool. I'm so happy about that. Break Swords to 1. Sure, whatever. That's fine. Glorious Storm. Soul Sword. Sword Soul. Sword Soul. I don't know. I can't speak words when I'm excited. Sword Soul down even more is great. That's an extra 15 points because you definitely were playing that. Diagram, Tour Guide to 0. That's really nice for a lot of decks I play. Hyung, Ponix, Kieran, Gabonga to 10. Grand Entrance to 15. How much is that in a 3-axis deck? That's 9 points for Tour Guide, 2 for Gabonga, so that's 11. And if you're playing the 1 Grand Entrance, that's another 5. So 16 points back for like a Goblin-focused deck. That's okay. I think it could definitely get more, but that's fine. No one was playing Snarecrow. Pearly got hit a little. Winda to 100. Oh my god. Okay, so what does this realistically do for Shadow? We aren't playing Winda. We weren't playing Winda. We couldn't before. App Cologne's down to 1. We want 2 App Colognes. So we're going from probably 10 points because you could only afford to play 1 to 2 points because we're playing 2 now. Lev was mandatory 3 of, so that's going down. So that's another 21 points. So 21 plus 8, 29. But then we lose 3 for Fusion, I guess, just because they want other decks to stop using it. We were normally playing 1 and you could side 2 more. Maybe you'll do that under some circumstances, but let's say we're playing 1. So we had 29, 26 after 1 Fusion, and Schism. Most people weren't playing Schism, but at 1, I think it's worth playing a Schism. So 25, we gained 25 points back if you're playing 1 Fusion, 1 Schism, and 2 App Cologne. I'll take it. I think it should still be lower because it's never done anything, but it's fine. I'll take 25 points on Shadow, and I can play a Schism and a second Ab Cologne. Sure. Pot of Desire's down a little bit. People weren't really playing that one. Raigeki to 2. That's kind of scary. Okay, and that's it. All right. That's the whole list. This is good. This is a good list. This is the first one where there's nothing I'm really mad about. I'm happy about all of this stuff. Happy about this. I'm neutral about this. I don't care that much about Regulus getting more, but that's fine. Happy about this. I guess I'm not happy about this, but also it's fine. The deck probably could use some points, especially if they're hitting the best deck, which also happens to be the deck that is best against Melfi's, Blitzclick. They should probably have a few points on Melfi, so that's fine. Not super happy about this, but at least it's something. I think they could probably use more, but we'll get there. I guess Elf Note's the one thing that I think is really annoying here, just because they're already so heavily pointed, but whatever. Everything else, perfectly happy with, even ecstatic for this stuff. So yeah, very, very good list. Maybe the first time we've gotten a very, very good list. That'll do it for this one, guys. There's not going to be an actual video this week. I've just been really busy, but hopefully this kind of counts. See you next time. Bye-bye.